So here we are with attempt number 3. I've ordered a telehandler that same size we used to build the shop. That should be arriving here shortly, and then we'll see about getting all these pallets moved and getting the I-joist moved. That's a big hurdle for me right now, and I'm hoping that this piece of equipment will get us to where we need to go. It's a big step. So keep your fingers crossed, and we'll see what we can get done here. The nice part is the weather finally broke. We've had about 5 days of rain, and it has been just wet and miserable. So we couldn't have done much anyway. But as you can see behind me, we're starting to clear up, and we're expecting about 5-6 days of no rain and good weather. So we're hoping to get a lot done. All right, come along as we see if we can get this done today. All right, well, we finally got the equipment on site. That's pretty exciting stuff. It's a little bit older equipment than we've used before, but it looks like it'll get the job done, and that's what counts. We need heavy lifting to get all these pallets and beams moved, and then when we get ready, we'll use it also to try and lift the walls. Hopefully it's as successful as the last time I used one of these to actually lift the walls into place. But we'll give it a go here and see if we can get a bunch of our stuff moved. It's been a couple weeks, and so I'm a little anxious to get this done and get on the move and make sure things are going ahead as planned. Well, that was pretty successful. I'm happy with that. That machines certainly got the oomph to lift these things, which the other 2 tractors just didn't even budget. So pretty excited to actually have a piece of equipment here that's going to get some of this stuff done and be able to be utilized, for the price that we paid for it. But as a solo builder, and especially not being a professional builder at all, this is a do-it-yourself project. So, you just got to make do with what you can, and I'm certainly grateful for the equipment that we've got, and we'll make it useful. We'll just got to keep on trucking. We'll get the rest of the materials moved out of the way so that we can get to the I-joists that are hiding behind the grass here. Luckily we got the mower fixed, but the big problem for us is that with the amount of rain that we got and everything else, basically turned to hay. So our mowing is kind of at a standstill. We got to figure out another course of action for that. But anyway, we'll get back to moving all this material and see about getting the I-joists onto the foundation.
So, how do you run over your sawhorses?
I didn't see them. It's just been that kind of day. I just ran over my sawhorses. Had to put them down, man. Put them down. All right, well, we got all of the materials moved out of the way that I needed to get to the actual I-joist. A little bit muddy, so kind of taking my time with it, but overall I'm pretty excited to have gotten all of the pallets moved, especially after 2 failed attempts. We managed to get it done. So we'll just keep on trucking here and see how far we get. First thing I've got to do is I've got to do some markouts on the foundation, on the sill plates for where everything's going to go, so that I can start getting these things ready to be lined up. So one thing I have to do is I have to go ahead and before I get these I-joists moved on to the foundation walls here, I've got to measure out and do the layout. The joists are going to be 16 inches on center, so I've got to get that all chalked out and marked out so that I know exactly where things go before I put on my my I-joists. All right, so we got all the layout done. That was pretty easy to do, and so now at least I've got that marked out. My goal is to move the entire grouping of I-joists from where they currently stand up onto the foundation, and then roll them out as I am going. Since it's just me, we've got to kind of figure out a plan on how to move those long beams with just a single person, but we're getting closer. We're at least got everything marked out, and now we'll see if we can get the stuff moved. Well, as luck would have it, I got the beams moved out of their position and over the foundation, and the old telehandler decided to take a crap. And so it is stuck right there in that position. And so, I don't know. Now I'm just waiting on a service technician to get back to me to see about getting this thing running again. Hopefully I can get this sorted out here pretty soon, but it's just a little frustrating. Anyway, we'll make do and make it work however we can. That's all we can do. But I don't like the fact that the beams are up there that wonky. So we'll just see what happens. Well, I did manage to get the thing started. Let it sit for about 45 minutes, and then managed to restart it and get the I-joists off of the tractor and onto the foundation. I still have a lot of, certainly got a lot of work to do on getting these things spread out and set on their marks and evened out, but at least I got them on the foundation, so we're at a good starting point. I'll take that as a win, but the tractor's still acting up. Anyway, I called the technician, and so they're going to send one out from Missoula. So sometime this afternoon, a few hours from now, they'll may get out here to check it out. But I certainly can't have a piece of equipment that's going to not work for me and keep stalling out and not starting when I need it to. I don't want to have a bunch of work ahead of me and not have this thing doing what I need to do. So anyway, we'll wait for the technician to come out here and take a look at that, but we'll continue on with the work and see what we can get accomplished. I mean, those are some 60-foot beams. I haven't seen exactly how heavy they are yet, but we'll get it figured out here pretty quick. I got things underway. I got 3 of them moved across, the shorter ones that go across towards the opening. Whew, they are not ultra heavy. You know, for one person it's going to be a slow process, but I can move them. I just got to take my time with them. Tried moving the bigger ones. They're going to take a little bit more time because I got to hot bolts as I'm going down the foundation, but should be okay. We'll just do it low and slow, see if we can get her done. Well, the problem with a telehandler that required the technician to come out was that apparently squirrels decided to nest in it and chewed the wire to the thermostat, and so it kept overheating and shutting down the engine. So they managed to get that fixed, or at least they believe they have. The big problem is that, you know, here today was day that I really needed it to put in the floor joists. So since we didn't have the tractor and that was being worked on, I called out for Colleen's help, and we managed to do it the old school way and just roll the I-joists into place and get everything out on the foundation. So that's a pretty good bit of work for today. Kind of tired from all that, and got some stuff got to do around here before we head into tomorrow. So we'll pick this up again tomorrow morning and continue on with the I-joists on the foundation. Little by little, we're making progress, but pretty happy with today. I managed to get everything rolled out and at least laid out. So it was a lot farther than I thought I was going to get, especially than having tractor issues. Well, I'm back at it this morning. It's a nice day out. It's kind of nice to not have any rain and be able to get at this with some sunshine and some nice temperatures. I'm out here by myself this morning. Hopefully we'll get some help this afternoon, but if not, we'll just keep on trucking. But the goal for today is to start, now we've got these all laid out, is to start to stand them all up and get them spaced out correctly and nailed into place. Since I'm working out here by myself, I went ahead and made myself a little bracket here to try and help me. Since these spans are 60 feet and once you stand them up, they kind of start to wobble. I'm hoping that I can use this on the other end to brace it up to where it stands straight, so that way I can work and stand these things up by myself. But we'll give it a try and see if it works. If not, we'll try and figure out something new, figure out some kind of solution for it, but we'll definitely see what we can get done. The theory behind it is that it'll hold up this end as I juggle that end. So, I don't know. Seems to be working. Maybe we got away with it. Well, we were still having issues with the tractor, so they came back out to finish off what was still remaining from yesterday. I don't really need it right this minute, but when I get ready for the walls and all that, I need to make sure that it's actually working. So I'm glad they're out here working on it and getting this thing sorted out, but kind of a pain in the ass considering how expensive it was to rent, that I've been down for 2 days with it. But luckily, I got the service techs out here and they are working diligently on it. Well, my little brace trick is working. I'm slowly getting there. These beams are a little bit tough to manipulate, but making progress. And so we'll just keep on plugging away here. But the hard part is got to go, make sure these beams are straight. So I have to go in and out of the foundation in order to make sure everything is straight and lined up before I nail it in. So I'm going down 5 at a time, making sure everything is straight and even. And then I'll nail everything in. But we're making good progress here, so we'll just keep trucking and see how far we get. Yeah, as you can see, once you get them stood upright, they still have a warp in them, so you have to go in and underneath and straighten everything up underneath from inside the foundation. and then make sure you measure the 16-inch on center from below. Seems to have been working so far. Got all those over there straight, and now working on this set right here. So we're getting closer, just a little bit at a time. I got to get in there and wipe out those. But before I close up these last two here on the end, I got to pull all the bracing that's underneath for the pony walls, and then I've got to pull out the ladder before I close this thing off. So we're getting closer to having the eye joists in place, which is a good thing for now.